Now we only
接下
have
来
to
只要
wait
等
for
小黄
yellow
鹤来
and
一道
blue.
题就行了。关于这
About
件
that,
事，
the Vita who hadn't spoken yet chimed in. Violet-colored and innocent-looking, she was dragged here by discipline.
其实他
Actually,
们两个
I
好像
think
不
they've
见了。
disappeared.
不
What
见
the
了？
heck?
怎么回
Did
事？
they get
他们
lost
也和
just
风
like the
纹兽一样
Honkai
迷路
bees?
了吗？还是我
Let
来
me
解释吧。
explain. I rushed here
城内的秩序恢复正
after
常后，我马
order
上赶到
was
店，
restored in the
结果却
city,
发现，
only to
在规定
discover
的集合
that
时间
Red
内，
and I
居
were
然
the
只
only
有我和
ones
红岸迟
to
到。
arrive on time.
对不起，
Sorry, I
我被
was
崩坏兽
spotted
发
by
现了，
Honkai bees, so
求
Orange
解释
went
去找
looking
我。
for me.
嗯，
Orange filled
他
me
呈现我
in,
报
that's
备
not
过，
your fault.
这件事
As
不
for
要紧。
Purple, I
至于
assume
紫之
she's
角，
out helping people
想来肯
again.
定是又给什么人帮忙去了。
Because people
大家
always
总
need
会有各种各
helping
样
with
需要
this
帮
and
忙的地
that.
方嘛。我本来
I
也
was
是在
heading
往
toward
广
the
场走
square,
的，
but on
结
my
果先
way
是
I
看
saw
见拉娜的
Lana's
狗狗
dog
躲在箱
hiding
子里
in
不
a
敢回
box.
家，然后是哈
Then
家的
Habu's
门被
yard
说穿
fence
了，
knocked over by
还没来得及收
monsters.
回晒在门口的竹筐。
Alright, and
还
Green
有
who
拜托我
asked
帮
me to
忙找
find
黄
Yellow
大
and
的
the
绿姐，
others,
谁让小紫是我们中最有求必应
since
的
she's
一
the
谈呢？
most cooperative. Anyway, I found
总之，我找
Violet
到了
and
姐，
asked her
然
to
后让她
get
和我一
the
起
two
把剩下的
remaining
两个丽
Vitas
塔喊
with
回来。
me.
可是我
But
们
we
找遍了
didn't
城
find
区，
them
也
after
没看见
digging
他们
through
两
the
个的
city
影子。
center.
直到现在，
They still
他们两
haven't
个也
showed
没回来
up
集
for
合。
the
会
assembly.
不会是吃坏了
Maybe
肚
they
子，
ate
或
bad
者迷
food
了
or
路？
got lost.
蓝是我们中
Blue is
最
the
聪明的丽
smartest.
塔，不
He
应该
shouldn't
会
get
迷路呀。
lost.
如果仅仅是
If
迷
they
路，
really got
我们不
lost,
可能
we
这时
would
候
have
还找
found
不
them
到他。
by now.
而且，
Not to
黄
mention,
脸孩子从不说
Yellow
谎，
never lies.
我想
I
象
can't
不出
imagine
他
why
为什么
she'd
会故意
avoid
保
us.
重。
The atmosphere suddenly grew heavy.
那我们现在该怎么办？
Then what should
按
we
照
do
绿姐的
now?
规定，
According to
7
Green's
个 Vita
rules,
不到
we
齐
can't
就
commence
不
the
可以开始
assembly
集合，
unless 7 Vitas
对
are
吧？
all present, right?
你说的不对，
You're wrong,
姐。
Cyan.
抱歉，
Sorry,
果
I
然
blame
是
my
我记错
memory.
了吧？首先，
First of all,
这不是我
this
的规
isn't
定，
my rule, but
而
the
是这座
city's
城市的
rule.
规定。其次，
Secondly, the rule
规定
is
的
we
内容
can't
应该
commence
是
the
只
assembly
有能
unless
够到
all
场的
the
所有 Vita 到
available
齐
Vitas
才
are
能开始
present.
集会。
If blue and yellow are unavailable, we have all the more reasons to commence it now.
或许此时此刻，
Perhaps right now, the
这座城
city
市
is
就
in
处
the
在最
midst
需
of
要我们的
critical
紧急事态之
emergency
中。
that
看来，
requires us
作为 Vita 们的
the
领导
most.
者，他也并
Seems
非不近
as
人
the
情，
leader of the Vitas,
甚至可
she
以
isn't
说
uncompromising.
很知
Quite
变
the
通。
opposite, she's very adaptable. As if having heard Fuhua's inner assessment of her, Green suddenly shifted her gaze to her.
你就是孵化，
I
对吗？
assume you're Fuhua.
我从阿成那
I
里听
heard
说过
about
你
you
了。
from
我是绿行的
Orange.
Vita，
I'm
她
the
是调谐的
disciplined
Vita。
Vita, and she's
非
the
常感谢你
harmonious
帮我们击退
Vita.
了怪兽。
We're grateful that
感
you
谢
can
你。
help us beat the
接下来的
monsters.
Vita 集会，
The
原则
following
上只有 Vita 们可
assembly
以
of
参加，
Vitas
但是
can only be attended by us.
现在 Vita 们
Some
没有
Vitas
到齐，
haven't arrived yet.
刚好
There
出
are
现了空缺的位
openings.
置。
She looked embarrassed when
也
she
就是
said
说，
this,
既然有空缺
which
的
is
位
to
置存在，
say we're obliged
寻
to
找替
fill
补也在
those
情理之中，
openings,
并不能
which
算
is
作
in
违
no
规。
way a
再加
violation.
上，我们也正是需要帮
Plus,
手
we're
的
in
时
need
候。
of help right now.
绿的意
Green
思
means
是
she wants
希
you to
望姐
join
姐
our
能加入我们的
discussion.
讨论，对吧？阿成，
Orange, don't
你不要
talk
学我
like
说话。
Yellow.
严格来说，
Strictly
我的确
speaking,
希
I
望
do
孵
want
化能够作为
Fuhua
维
to
他们的
attend
科
this
属顾问，
assembly
临时参与一
temporarily
次集会。
as our special
不过，
advisor.
那
But
个
Fuhua, do
孵
you
化，你
agree?
同意吗？当然，
Of course.
希望
I
我能帮
hope
上
I
你们的
can
忙，
be of
那就
help.
好。
I'm happy to hear that.
其他人也同意吗？
Any
我们当
objections?
然欢迎姐姐
We
啦
all welcome
对
her,
吧，
right,
小哥？
Cyan? Yes.
我也同意。
I agree
刚才我
too.
就
My
觉得
gut
这
tells
个姐
me
姐是
she's
个
a
好
good
人，
person.
随便怎样都
Are
可
we
以啦。
done
我
yet?
们快
Let's
点
get
开始吧。
started already. The Vitas took their position and exchanged what they and Fuhua knew.
所以，现在
In
最主要
short,
的
we
问题
need
有
to
两个：
address two problems.
其一
The first one
是
is
被孵
these
化成为崩坏
monsters
兽
that
的这种
Fuhua
怪物。
calls Honkai
我们
bees.
接下来就都用这
Let's
个方
call
式称
them
呼它们
that
吧。
for now.
尽管目前为
Not
止
many have
现身的
appeared
数
so
量不
far,
多，
but they were
并且
taken
都
down
被
by
孵化击倒，
Fuhua, but they may
但它们随时
reappear
可能继续
anytime.
出现。而根据亲的观察，
According to to science observation and Fuhua's
它们的种类还在
clarification,
不断增多，
they're growing
比
in
那个人越强。
variety and becoming
我只是
stronger.
拍了点照
I
片，
just took some
主要还
pictures.
是
The
靠
credit
富华
mostly
姐。
goes to Fuhua.
总之，
Anyhow, only Fuhua is able to combat them at present. We only have regular weapons for policing purposes, since the city is usually peaceful. Though using all those weapons at once wouldn't hurt. I don't think that would hurt the monsters. And that's the first problem, which will be called the Honkai-pt crisis. The second one is yellow and blue. The voracious Vita and the mindful Vita have gone missing. I've confirmed this with Violet. We need to figure out why they didn't come to the assembly and where they went. Do you have any other questions? Of course. Green, why did you ignore my information? The small animals were likely disturbed by their early detection of Honkai-pt. Even if it was triggered by something else, we can discuss it later. What you say? Well, I think the mood of the small animals is just as important. But we should deal with the Honkai-pt and find the two missing Vitas first. Yes, as the city's administrators, we have priorities. After we restore peace to the city, the small animals will surely become happy again. Orange has a point. If only there were a way to return everything to normal in a snap. Hear me out. Is this the time for us to use the artifact? Hearing this, the other four Vitas fell silent simultaneously. From their shocked look and abrupt glance exchanges, Fuhua could tell it meant much more than that. Red, do you mean? Absolutely not. Why? Didn't Orange and Science say we can't fight those monsters? Didn't Green and Violet fail to find Yellow and Blue? Since we're out of ideas, it's time to use the artifact. Excuse me, I've heard it before. What exactly is this artifact? It sounds like it can be used for fighting Honkai-pt as well as finding people. I assume it's not an ordinary weapon. Naturally, divine keys were the first thing that sprung to Fuhua's mind. They were artificial creations of many uses and forms. They provided humanity with the means to combat Honkai and were associated with the concepts such as religion and archaeology in the common eyes. For an instant, her mind roamed farther. If there was a precursor civilization that predated the Vitas, or there was someone with superpower who could create things out of thin air, much like the Herrscher of Sentience or Herrscher of Reason. But her speculations were neither affirmed nor denied. I don't really know if it's a weapon. Because none of us have seen the artifact. Let me explain. The artifact is one of the authorities that city representatives can activate. To maintain the order and safety of Phosphorus, we have 3 emergency response levels. Level 1 is patrolling and coordination by Vitas. It's handling daily issues. Level 2 is the assembly of Vitas, like the one we're having. It's for handling major events we can't handle alone. Level 3 is the artifact. It's that once activated, it can solve all our problems in a swoosh. According to the rules of city representatives, when the city faces an irredeemable crisis, 7 Vitas can unanimously consent to activate the artifact in the square. It has the power to restore order and peace to the city. I've never seen it with my own eyes, though. We've worked very hard so the city never once sunk into major crisis. But this time is different. It's never been a problem even Green and Blue can handle, right? Blue will be here, and Fuhua has subdued the Honkai-pt. The situation hasn't worsened to that point. How do you say that? You take proactive... You take preventative measures. Yes, preventative measures. We can't watch things become irredeemable. If we try using the artifact, maybe the citizens won't have to hide indoors. Yellow and blue will just come back. Their turbulent situation, the disappeared companions, this was perhaps the deepest concern of the Vitas, and why Red was anxious to activate the artifact. But this pointed out the heart of the matter. Red, take a moment to calm down and think this through.
红，你冷静下来，好好想一想。
We can't activate the artifact
正因为
precisely
黄和蓝不
because
在场，
yellow and
我们
blue
才
are
没办法启动圣
here.
物，不是吗？
Without them,
没有
we
他
don't
们，
have the
我
full
们就无法集齐
authority.
7个 Vita 的权限。
Unless, anyway, this is completely
这 和
unlike the
召开
Vita
Vita 集会完
assembly.
全不同。权限
Authority. Noticing the doubt in Fuhua's eyes, Xian tugged at her hem discreetly. Fuhua, do you remember the time
你
when
还
we
记得
led
我
you
们带
into
你
the
进博物
museum?
馆的时候吗？
What
当
Orange
时常见
used
用的
was
那
the
个就是
authority.
权限。
Is
他
he
指的
talking
是
about
打
opening
开
the
博物
secret
馆暗
door?
门的。
Her eyes fell on Xian's chest, or the key-like object that was hanging there to be exact. You've noticed?
浮华姐注意到了。
Actually,
其实
every Vita has the
每个
same
Vita 都有
key.
一把一
In
样的钥
Green's
匙。
words, it's the
用绿姐的
authority.
说法，就是权
By
限。
using
只要
it, we
用
can
它，
freely
就能
unlock
自由
any
解锁
doors
城
in the
内的各种
city.
入口。
But the
但圣物
artifact
是
is
唯一
the
的
only
例外。
exception. It
它需要
requires
7个
7
Vita，
Vitas to
同时
provide
提供
7
7个
keys
权限，
simultaneously
也
to
就是7 把
activate.
钥匙才能启动。
The
圣
artifact
物
is
是
the
最
last
招手的，
resort. It's
而
too
现
early
在
to say
我
we
们还
must
远
use
没有
it,
到要使用最招手
especially
段
we
的那
have
一
a
步。
powerful
至
helper.
少我们还有一个强大的帮手，对吧？
She looked at Fuhua.
八
Orange
成
is
说的没
right.
错，
With
即使
or
没有
without a
帮手，
helper,
我
we
们 Vita 也
Vitas
还有
can do
很多
many
能做的事
things.
情。
If we rely
要
on
是
the
凡事都直接
artifact
交
to
给圣
solve
物解
our
决，
problem,
那城市
what
代理
good
人
are
又是
city
干什么的呢？
representatives?
可
But
你要
are
就
you
这样
giving
向
in
我
to
收
those
人说吗？
monsters?
这可
Not
不
the
像
rat
我
we
们的红
know.
呀。
Giving in?
真
No
是
way. It's just
才
monster
没有
attack. I'm the
就是怪兽
fastest
危机
and
嘛。
most skilled
我是速
Vita.
度最快、
I
身
can't
手
give
最好
in
的
before
Vita，
you
怎
all.
么可能第一个认输？你们
Do
说
you
吧，
want me to
先
beat
从
up
哪里
those
开始？
monsters with
上
Fuhua
午和
or
华
dig
一起打
into
怪
the
兽，
earth to
还
find
是
yellow
花
and
第
blue?
三次找黄鹤蓝？
Fuhua, what's your
你的
opinion?
意见如何？
I
我觉
think
得
before deciding on the
在决
action
定
to
要采取
take,
什么行
we
动之
should
前，
identify the
大
cause
家
of
不
the
妨先追溯一下异
upheaval.
变发生的原因。
Honkai beasts are
崩坏兽
born
有失控的
from
崩坏能
raging
而生，
Honkai energy, but
但
we
我在
didn't
城区里
observe
并
any
没有
Honkai
观察到
energy
崩坏能污
pollution
染。
in the
另
city.
外，这里的崩
Additionally,
坏兽是
Honkai
断断
beasts
续续，
appear in
一小批
irregular
一小批的出现，
intervals in small
而
groups
且大多
and
出现在城
mostly
市边
around
缘。
the edge of
以
the
我的经验
city.
判断，
Speaking from
在我们的视野
experience,
之外，
there's likely
多
an
半存在着
area
一个被崩
dominated
坏
by
能支配
Honkai
的区域，
energy beyond our
那里
sight. That
才
is
是
the
这些
home
崩坏兽的
base
大本
of
营。
the
只
beast.
要能找到那个地方，
If we can
我们
find
就有
that
机会
place,
对
we
现
can
状
assess
做
the
出进一步的判
situation.
断。
So,
所以，
do you
关于这样的
think
地
you know
点，
any place like
你们有
that?
什么头绪吗？
I know, isn't that the forbidden
那不就是
ground?
禁地吗？
Forbidden
禁地。
ground? Yeah, it's
就是
where the
Vita 们
Vitas
不能
aren't
进去的
supposed
地
to
方。
be. We manage
我们
the
的确是
city,
城市
but
代
the
理人，
forbidden ground don't
但
belong
禁地不
here.
属于城市的一部分。
The
城外并不
outskirts
是我
are
们的辖
outside our
区，大家
jurisdictions,
也不用
and we
随便擅
usually
离职
stick
守。
to our
当
posts.
然，如果有特殊需求，
Unless there are
比如把小
special
动物找活
reasons,
动休
such
息
as
的场
finding
所，
a place
或
for
者带
small
老人们去
animals
郊
to
游，
play,
我们也会短暂
then
的
we
前往
take
城外。
short
不
excursions
过，
there.
禁地要
But the
更特殊
forbidden
一
ground are
些，
more special
它
than
位于
that.
被我们
They're
称
the
为黑
ruins
色博比边
located
缘
on
地
the
带，
city's
是一
fringe
块
we
废
call
墟，
Hesperus,
神气罕至的
an
地方，
untraveled place that
听上
sounds
去很可疑
suspicious.
啊。所以，
So
你们
why
为什
can't
么
you
不能进
enter
入
the
禁地搜
forbidden
查呢？
place? Because
是
they
因为那里需
require
要
a
的权
different
限不一样吗？
authority?
不，
No, it
这
has
与权
nothing
限
to
无
do
关。
with authority.
我们可
We
以
can
打开
open
那里
doors
的门，
there, but
但这
that
不代
doesn't
表
mean
我
we
们
can
就能进
enter
入
the
禁地。
forbidden ground.
这座城市对代
Such
理
is
人
the
的规
rule the
定
city
就
has
是如此。
imposed on its representatives. This raised more questions for Fuhua, but before she could voice them, Avita spoke up.
这还真是个盲
This
点。
is a blind
既然
spot.
禁地里没
Since
有
the
违法
hidden
作
ground
证，
aren't
那自然就
overseen
会
by
被怪兽们盯
Vitas,
上了。
monsters
而
would
且它又
naturally
是小
flock
队，你们不
there.
可能去搜
Not to
索的地方。
mention, Green and
这
the
不是跟
others
连上
aren't
了
able
吗？
to search the place.
该不会黄和蓝也在那
Now
里
I
吧？
think Yellow and Blue
我
might be
找
there
不
as
到他们，
well.
一切都解释得
It
通
all
了。
makes
只要
sense.
到禁地去
We
看一
just
看
need
就
to
好了。
take a look in the
为什么？
forbidden ground. around. But if yellow and green are there, and Honkai beasts too, wouldn't that be super dangerous? This is bad. Let's go to the forbidden ground. What I meant was, before Violet could explain, Red had leaped down from the platform. Red! I'll go scout around the forbidden ground. You guys catch up. She darted into the distance. I'll catch up with her. Don't worry, it has not been proven that a city representative can enter the forbidden grounds. That said, assuming Honkai bees made their lairs near the forbidden ground, it's possible yellow and blue to accidentally enter them. The city has many sturdy houses. They can withstand Honkai bees for some time as long as 2-beta stay to maintain order. Then leave it to Purple and me. Orange and Cyan, can I trouble you to accompany Fuhua? You're more familiar with her. No problem. Green, you've gotten more considerate. Then let's set out, shall we? Let's go. The outskirts of the city and the forbidden grounds. Hopefully, I'll be able to help the Vitas. And if I get the chance, I need to figure out where this place is and why I am here. The outskirts aren't exactly what I imagined. What's wrong? Something bothering you? Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Since Violet said she'd taken the elderly hiking here, I assumed it looked like a tourist destination I've been to. Violet is a huge softie. Whenever we need help, we either go to Red or her. For example, when the elderly want to take a walk, but we don't have a nice scenery here, Violet would find a clearing for them to sit down, read books, watch movies, and take turns to tell stories. Even the blandest landscape and the common stories become vivid when infused with the colors of different life experiences. I say this is the true meaning of traveling. I see. The city is lucky to have you as its representatives. I know, right? But this region is out of our control. After all, it doesn't belong to Phosphorus. We're in Hesperus. Hesperus? The city we live in is Phosphorus, and the ruined region outside is Hesperus, essentially the morning star and the evening star. I have no idea who named it, but we've been using these names for as long as I can remember. Wouldn't it sound terribly lonely if we just call them the ruins? The morning star and the evening star, 启明 and 长庚. Oh, that's how they're called in my tongue. They both refer to the star indicating day-night alteration. Wait, why those two words? Could the person who named the city be? Fuhua, look. I found it. Traces of Honkai energy. Looking where Cyan was pointing, they saw a faintly visible dark purple track on the ground. I happen to have taken some pictures around here. The differences are pretty clear. He showed Fuhua his camera. The stones next to the track have obviously been turned over, and I can see footprints. These footprints look like someone was avoiding something. You two, get behind me now. Do these Honkai bees get a little stronger? You can tell? Not really. I don't know. It's just a feeling. Because this time, their attacks are more flexible, so I thought. That's a good summary. I hope Red's okay. Relax, she's sharper than that. Besides, there isn't any sign of assault. Yes, these Honkai beasts aren't very wary. She's likely to avoid combat if she takes a stealth approach. This fissure looks like we have to detour. We only took out some stragglers, and should still be some distance away from their lair. Fuhua, do you see the building across this fissure? That's the Forbidden Grounds. Quite close, right? Walk a bit further across the bridge and we'll be there. Red should be near there. Let's hurry up. This fissure is indeed gigantic. Has there been an earthquake before? It does feel like the earth's shaking and buildings all collapsing, that kind of thing. What I said must be confusing. Would you like to take a break? Because it's a long story. I told you that the city we live in is called Phosphorus. In your language, it should be... What is it called again? Yes, Qiming. No wonder you're our city's registrar. Please write down these two names so the other Vitas can use the same name as Fuhua. Right. But we didn't live here in the beginning. Long ago, people lived in a different place, which in your language is Changgeng. That's right. One day, a catastrophe befell us and destroyed our initial home. The Vitas had to work together to lead the people to migrate and build their new home, which is now Qiming. And this massive rift is the scar left by the catastrophe. That's the long and short of it. Her answer was somehow ambiguous. You didn't use the artifact at that time? Yeah, that's strange. Sion, have we ever used the artifact before? What if we did use it, only to have it erase our memory afterwards? I don't think so. But I can't recall what happened back then. It was ages ago. Anyhow, even without putting the artifact to use, we've overcome plenty of difficulties. Red is so anxious today, mainly because yellow and blue are missing. Yeah, but I think they'll be fine. Because blue is the smartest Vita, and yellow is an upright and brave kid. Missing. The others must also think I'm missing. Fuhua hadn't had time to sort out her situation since coming to the city. She raised her head and observed the Forbidden Ground, this mysterious huge structure. More questions sprouted in her heart.